We're going to have Dan start at his side, and I'm going to ask him to slowly do a full arc, range of motion, up and over his head. And then I'm going to ask him to reverse it slowly as well. So let's think about that total arc. So let's think about first from his side to over his head, and what are the prime movers? What's the prime mover for what he's doing here? Shoulder flexion, concentric. Keep going, Dan. Is that true still?
No.
So what happens? There's something else that happens.
Eccentric flexor.
So let's do it one more time. Forget the reverse. Let's just analyze the up and overhead. So we said forward flexion concentrically. At 90 degrees, though, something happens. What happens at 90 degrees? What's happening to his arm that it needs to change all of a sudden? Gravity is now pulling him down. So he's fighting gravity from 0 to 90, and then gravity is assisting him over 90 degrees. That means his shoulder needs to switch in terms of what the prime mover is. So at 90 degrees, what does it switch to? Extensors, which way?
Concentric, no?
I hear concentric and eccentric. One of those is correct. So is it moving into gravity slowly and elongating, or is it moving against gravity and shortening? Into gravity, slowly, and elongating. So what type of contraction is that? Eccentric shoulder extensors.
What's interesting, if you palpate, I'm palpating myself, but if I palpate myself coming down, I can feel everything back here. Actually, nothing is really doing anything up here. It's hard.
You can do it without the weight. Just a triathlon. Okay. All right, come back down, please. So I'm going to go really slow. I'm going to talk it through. Forward flexion, concentric. At 90 degrees, gravity is going to act differently. It's going to start to assist him and pull his arm down. So at that point, the extensors take over, and he's controlling into gravity, and they're elongating. That's eccentric shoulder extensors. Now, if he's up over his head, we'll let him rest for a moment. Let's think about the reversal now. Okay, so when he's up over his head, to coming back to his side. Then you can do it without the weight. It's all right. It's the same thing. The weight of his arm is the weight. So 90 things are going to change. So what's happening here from over his head to 90 degrees? Shoulder extensors working concentrically. What happens at 90 degrees? Gravity is going to start to pull him down. He was fighting gravity there. And now it's going to switch to the flexors. What type of contraction?
Eccentric.
Eccentric. Is that okay with everybody? Speak now. This is the time. Yeah, go ahead. Ask
So
any
it's
question you
like
want.
the